All right. So what's up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? So tonight we will be using the tier maker to rank every Star Wars movie and TV show. So it should be a fun one, interesting for sure. So I'm gonna kind of bring up on the screen and kind of show you what it looks like before we start. And it's kind of going to look like this. So there's going to be 5 different tiers and we're going to rank every single item. So this website will let me drag each movie or show and place it in one of the 5 different tiers. So I got this idea. I know Josh at Den of Nerds, he's used this a ton, ranking like all the Marvel phases, maybe ranking all the movies and shows in like a certain phase. So he's used this a bunch of times and I was trying to find it, and luckily, a couple of days ago, Hannah at the race side was doing the same thing using this template, and she actually ranked 120 different Star Wars characters, which was awesome. So, in her video, she put this link in her description and had everybody kind of follow along too. And I thought that was really cool and great. So, I took that link and kind of went with it to use it for this tonight. So, it should be fun and interactive if you guys want to join and make one at the same time. So the link is in the description for the tier maker. So if you want to have it up on a screen with you, you can. And then all these little icons will move. So we're going to go through and rank every single movie and show. So the way it works, S tier is the highest, superior, super, I can't think of another S word right now, but S is like above A plus. So A clearly if it's an A plus, B if it's a B, C if it's a C, and then D is kind of like an F, the lowest of the lowest, the worst of the worst. So before we get into it, let's get into the chat. So we got, what's up, JT Lovecraft? How you doing? Welcome to the stream tonight. All right, so let me switch the view real quick. All right, so I think that looks a little bit better. So we're gonna start off, and it's kind of mixed up the order that it's in, which is good, because like I didn't want to go in a particular order, and then like a lot of things fit into the same. So I wanted to kind of be mixed up between the movies, the order they came out, and the shows as well. So we're gonna start off with the first one. So it is Return of the Jedi. So where I would rank Return of the Jedi, and it's fitting that this is the first one because it is the 40th anniversary of it as well. But this is one of my favorite movies from the trilogy. This is my second favorite movie in the trilogy. So for this one, I think I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna go S tier for me. This movie, it just is so iconic, and just there's just so much in there. All the stuff with Jabba's barge, all the stuff with Endor, the final fight with Luke and Vader, and then Vader throwing palps, and then Vader redeeming himself. Like this one was just so iconic and so classic to me. It has to be S tier. So that's definitely going to be one of the ones in the highest of the highest. So let me know what you guys think and where you guys would put him on your tier list. All right, so we got Hypercliff up in the chat. What's up? How you doing? Rolando, hello. What's up? Welcome, welcome. All right, Langy. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And Revenge of the Return of the Jedi is A for me. Yeah, I was leaning between both, but I just had so many iconic memories of rewatching this movie over and over in the 90s on VHS because my dad had the VHS set. So I used to watch it, rewind it, and back in the day we had to wait. So like I just watched this movie so many times growing up that it's S for me. If I wouldn't have watched it as much, it would have been A for sure. But yeah, for me, this is just one of the top of the top. So And for you guys that are just getting in now, the link is in the description, so you can do this same tier on your computer right now with me as I do this. Yeah, you read his comment, "Revenge of the Jedi," quick. Only true fans will know. Yeah, exactly. I really did. It was in my mind. And then Langy said, "Return of the Jedi is S tier for sure." Yeah, it's. I mean, it's between S and A. It's a classic, like for sure, nonstop, for sure, for sure. So we got John Tetra in here. Okay, so I watched The Rise of Skywalker last night. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Okay, not bad. I mean, some people a lot of people have their preference. We'll get to that a little bit later when I get to it and I'll kind of rank it. But I mean, yeah, that's cool that you enjoyed it. It definitely had a lot of cool scenes in it, and it definitely hit the nostalgia like a lot for sure. So, all right, so the next one we got is A New Hope. So, A New Hope for me, it's S tier. I think for a lot of people it would be A, but for me specifically, it's S tier because that is probably my second favorite Star Wars movie ever. And for me, it's what started it all for me. Like that was the first Star Wars that I ever saw, and it just that film immediately sucked me into the world, and I was hooked from the minute I saw that first one. So A New Hope will always hold a dear heart to me, and I'll always hold it up very, very, very high. So let me know where you guys rank A New Hope in your list. I haven't watched it in a while too. That it's such a classic movie. All right, so the next one is The Force Awakens. So from the sequel trilogies, which could be considered controversial. You know, a lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it, a lot of people, eh. So it's very mixed bag for the sequels for sure. Now, The Force Awakens was probably my favorite one. No, it was my favorite one out of the sequel trilogies. So for The Force Awakens, I will put it in B tier. Yeah, I'll give it a B for sure. It was a great start to the sequel trilogy. I thought, like in 2015, I thought it was a decent start, right? And you got to see a lot of the OG characters after so long, which was great. And then I loved Kylo. Kylo just looked so cool with his armor, his lightsaber, and then Snoke was so badass. Like the minute I saw Snoke, I'm like, who is this dude? Is this basically the new Palpatine? Like who trained him? What's his backstory? I was so intrigued with Snoke, and even with Rey, I was like, who's her parents? Is she Kenobi's daughter? Like I wanted to know. So the Force Awakens was a decent start. Now the rest of it, was it executed well? You know, that's where we are right now. So all right, Eric, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. So A New Hope 2. So I'm guessing you mean A. A. You have it in the A tier. So Eric, click that link in the description. That way you can kind of make yours too. So for any of you guys that make one of these charts with me, at the end, if you screenshot it and post it on like your Instagram story or on your Instagram, tag me in it because I want to repost more people's stuff. So if you guys make one of these, screenshot it, put it on social media, and tag me so I can repost it. And I want to see everyone else's tier list, not tears like crying tears. Don't cry, guys. Not tonight. It's Friday. All right, we got the Mandalorian in the building. Yo, what's up, boys? What's up, Mando? Welcome, welcome to the show. Click that link in the description for the tier maker list so you could play along. All right, next. So this will be very controversial for sure. So the Andor show. So I know Andor was very split with fans. I know a lot of people loved it and they raved about it, and then a lot of people didn't like it and didn't rave about it. Me personally, I didn't enjoy Andor. It was tough for me to get through. Out of the 12 episodes, there were 2 that I liked a lot, and then, like, that post-credit scene with the Death Star, beautiful, and there was maybe a couple other things here or there, but for the most part, like, as a Star Wars show, it just didn't hit for me as a fan, for me personally. So, Andor's gotta be at the bottom of the list. So Andor is in that D, F class. For me, I just didn't enjoy it and I can't rewatch it. Like some of those episodes, I'm not gonna lie, afterwards, I took the best nap in my life. It put me right to sleep. So I'm hoping the second season will be a little bit more fast paced and I'll watch it, but just that first season of Andor, to me, it's at the bottom of the list. So let me know what you guys think about Andor because I think it's going to be very mixed, where some people loved it and some people maybe wasn't a huge fan of it. So just I basically said the same thing. So Hypercliff said some of the best sleeps watching Andor. Yeah, man. Like it wasn't for everybody. Like I mean, the people that did like it, they enjoyed it a lot, which is cool, which is great. But I just think overall, like it didn't hit everyone like how other shows do, and we'll get to later, like how Mando keeps everybody awake, everybody excited. So all right, The Mandalorian has Return of the Jedi A class, okay. A New Hope A class, The Force Awakens C class, okay, and then Andor D. Yeah, so I'm right there with you, man. Same thing with Andor and The Force Awakens. Yeah, I can see it wasn't everyone's favorite, but I mean it was decent to me for sure. All right, next up we got Attack of the Clones. Yeah, so we got Attack of the Clones. So I'm gonna put this in A just because I don't want to put every OG movie and prequel movie in S tier, which I kind of was gonna do because they all are like the first 6, like perfection, beautiful. But I want to be a little bit more biased, somewhat. So they're all great, but then the S tier are the ones that are gonna be like the really, really meaningful ones to me, and then the rest will be an A that deserve it. So Attack of the Clones, this I literally just watched this recently. This movie was so good. Like it definitely gets better over time, but just the introduction of Jango Fett, the introduction of young Boba, the introduction of the clones and Camino and like all that good stuff, the fight with Dooku at the end, like it was just classic, man. I love Attack of the Clones. So and basically from that movie they made the Clone Wars, the TV show, 7 seasons of like masterpiece glory. So where do you guys have Attack of the Clones on your list? All right, so Eric said, I thought the storytelling was fresh. I liked it. So I give Andor that. Andor visually was beautiful and amazing, and the acting was phenomenal. But like I when I watch Andor, I think of like this is a really dope Netflix original series about outer space. It doesn't give me this is Star Wars, but like I really get it's really well made, really well shot, beautiful, like for sure. So I definitely get that for sure. So we got S tier. To be honest, it took me a while to get used to Andor, but in the end, I loved it. Yeah, so yeah, it definitely is a slow burn. And once it gets going and gets to the point, like I can see it being enjoyable for sure. Return of the Jedi, A New Hope, S tier. Nice, nice. I'm right there. The Force Awakens, B tier. Attack of the Clones B tier. Really? Ah, man. I mean, that's interesting. I wouldn't have for me, I wouldn't have Attack of the Clones the same level as Force Awakens because just for me, the nostalgia and the feels I get from watching Attack of the Clones. I mean, hearing the Slave One drop the seismic charge, and then that music when Obi-Wan lands at Camino, that infamous Camino theme. Oh, yeah. Hypercliff has Attack of the Clones A tier. And then The Mandalorian has Attack of the Clones S tier. Yeah, man, Attack of the Clones is classic. I mean, a lot of cameos in there, Jabba, a lot of cool stuff in there for sure. All right, next is Rogue One. So funny, we were just talking about Andor. So for Rogue One is the best Disney movie that they made, hands down. Out of all the films that they did, Rogue One was the best. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I loved Rogue One. So I remember watching Rogue One in theaters, and like it was just a great movie from beginning to end. It felt like Star Wars. It was Star Wars. I didn't watch Rebels, I think, before that. So the Easter egg of, excuse me, the Easter egg of Chopper rolling around in the background, and then them calling Harris Syndulla or Captain Syndulla on the mic at Yavin 4 went over my head. But that Vader scene at the end of Rogue One, when he ignited that blade, I sat up in my seat. I slid up to the edge of my seat. My jaw dropped, and my jaw stayed dropped the whole time, because like we never seen Vader be such a savage until then. So that hallway scene with Vader is amazing, and it's crazy that that was almost not in the movie too. Like they added that last minute, which is wild. So let's see what you guys say for Rogue One. So I love, yeah, the music in Attack of the Clones. Yeah, like that Padme and Anakin song, Across the Stars, such a vibe, and just every other theme and music in there is just, it just hits so hard. All right, we got Rogue One 8 here. Yep, cool, cool. I think episode 9 was better. Oh wow. Okay. I mean, that's cool, but oh, I'm just such a sucker for the prequels. It just, yeah. But I mean, hey, everyone has their different opinions, so that's cool. Rogue One was the best Disney Star Wars flick. You heard it here, folks. Yeah, 100% for sure. Oh, we got Flex up in the building. What's up, Flex? What's good, Star Wars Sith? Chilling, chilling, man. If you just joined, in the link is in the description. There's the tier maker link. Click that, and you could do this too as you watch along if you want to participate. So we're just going through ranking all the movies and shows from S tier being the highest to D tier being the lowest. Hypercliff. I like Solo more than Rogue One. Not bad, not bad. Solo, I enjoyed Solo, and we'll get to it in a bit for sure. For sure. I mean, Solo just had the mall cameo, which is my favorite. So, and we got another one. I prefer Solo to Rogue One. Yeah, nice. Okay, all right, all right. We'll get to Solo in a bit for sure. All right. So, ooh, next up, Mando. Yo, Mando is S tier. So Mando, when Mando first came out, what was that, 2019? We didn't know what to expect with that show. First Disney Plus Star Wars show, first Star Wars TV show. So we had no idea how it was going to be, what it was going to be. We just seen the poster of this dude in Boba Fett armor, and everyone was like, hey, he looks like Boba Fett. Who the hell is this dude? And like that first season just hit so hard. That first episode with little baby Yoda, Grogu, was crazy, and like just, it was new but felt old at the same time. Like it was what it felt like, true Star Wars, but it was a complete new story with new characters, which was fresh. So after watching Mando, it made me not like the sequels as much, because we got the sequels and I was like, okay, well, I guess this is what we get. I didn't really think anything of it like that deep. But then we got Mando, and I'm like, wow, now that I got this is what I want as Star Wars, not what we got. I want this kind of storytelling, nostalgic, consistent story the whole way through. So Mando is S tier, and for Mando, this is all Mandalorian. So it's not like there's going to be another one that's Mando season 2. This is just the show in general. All seasons of Mando, S tier for me. All right, so Funny, the Mando says Mando is S tier all day, baby. John says S tier for Mando. Yep. Flex says Mando S tier. Yeah, I mean, it's freaking Mando. Hypercliff said there's only one episode I didn't like in Mando. Was it that one in season 2 with the ice planet and the ice spiders and the frog lady? Because like that kind of like killed the vibe a little bit. Because the first episode was fire, then he's there, and then the next episode was fire. So let me know which episode you were talking about. But yeah, Mando for sure is S tier. I think a lot of people agree. And I like stuff like this when like the whole fan base kind of is on the same page. Not saying everyone has to like everything and think the same way, but like I think it's pretty unanimous with Mando that everybody enjoys Mando, hardcore fans, and even a lot of normies, like normal people that don't really watch Star Wars. They watch The Mandalorian because it's a cool story by itself, or they like the little guy. So all right, next. Oh, wait, what is this one? Oh, this is the Rise of Skywalker. So I'll give it a C because it wasn't the worst, but I liked Force better for it. The Force Awakens better. So that's why I put it in C class. I mean, it was the best that it could be. It spent most of its movie trying to fix like stuff that was in The Last Jedi. So it's like it kind of was like handicapped in that sense where it couldn't be like a true movie ending the trilogy. And I wasn't a huge fan of the Rey Skywalker name drop at the end. I was just a little confused. I mean, it was cool that if they finally showed who her lineage was, that it was Palpatine. I preferred it if it would have been Kenobi, like for sure. But at least that got answered. And then it kind of answered that Snoke was like a clone. He was never a real thing, or maybe he was, and they just cloned him later. So we were kind of robbed of that Snoke story, which I wanted, but I'll give it a C for a Rise. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would rewatch it again, but it's not on my like priority. What do you guys think of Rise? All right, so Hypercliff, the prison escape episode in season 1. Oh, okay. Oh, really? You didn't like that one? That's the one where Matt Lancer was the guy on there. He did a cameo on there as that guy in there, if I'm thinking of the right episode. So for John, Rise of Skywalker 8 here. Yep, I know you enjoyed it. So yeah, I can see you putting it there for sure. So Mando says all the sequel movies came out around my birthday, which was December 19th. And I remember watching The Rise of Skywalker with my friends and dad on my birthday. But man, I hated those movies so much. Yeah, a lot of people were mixed. I mean, I definitely watched all of them in the theaters, and I kind of missed that Christmas feeling, like every Christmas knowing I'm gonna go home to the family. Me and my dad and my two brothers were gonna go watch the newest Star Wars movies. Like I missed that. So I know I'm pretty sure at Celebration this year they're gonna talk about the new movies coming out. I hope they go back to December release dates whenever they come out. If it's 2025, 2026, because like that was one of my favorite things around Christmas because we had a good like 5-year stretch of every Christmas there was a movie. So I definitely missed that. So for Mando, he has it as D. Eric says the Force Awakens I feel is the best sequel trilogy, and that sequel trilogy, yeah, I like it the best out of there too. The Rise of Skywalker really killed all my hype for the characters. It's a D for me. Yeah. So I mean, you can see it's definitely a mixed bag. Some people like it, some people hate it, some people are like, "Oh, it's fine." So yeah, that's the sequel trilogy. It's gonna be funny to see when we get to the Last Jedi what people say. All right. So next is Visions. So I'll probably put Visions. I'll put Visions in B. So Visions, like it was weird. It was like I enjoyed it, but it was very like hit or miss. Like for me, my favorite episode was the Ronin. That first episode, fire. The whole story was fire. And then I think after that, it kind of went like good episode, weird, good, bad, weird, good. Like it fluctuated. So I think there was maybe like 3 or 4 that I liked out of all of them, and then 3 or 4 that I was kind of like, it's okay. It's kind of weird. But I definitely like the unique take on Star Wars and how it's something different and it's not tied to canon, so they have more freedom. So I'm definitely looking forward to that second season of Visions. But man, I wish they would just take the Ronin and do give us a Ronin movie. Like, how sick would that be? Like a samurai, like like Ghost of Tsushima type movie, or even a game. Give me a Ronin game. Just take Ghost of Tsushima, if any of you guys have ever played that, and put the Ronin on him. You're done. There you go, and add some droids. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Flex, never a fan of the sequels. Yeah, I feel like you're an OG guy, OG trilogy. So, yeah, I don't blame you for sure. Kylo Ren, yeah, yo. So Kylo was probably one of the best things out of the sequel trilogies, and like, it just sucks you killed the dude at the end. Like, come on, like, let him live. That way, if you do more stuff later on, like, I think it's fair to say most people liked Kylo, whether they liked or hated the sequels. Dude was badass. The mask, the saber, like, come on, he's the freaking son of Han Solo and Leia. Like, what? And Vader is his granddaddy? Like, I mean, they could have did so much more with him for sure. All right, so Mando, I didn't watch Visions yet. Definitely check it out. It's worth the watching. I mean, they're short, they're kind of short episodes, and they all came out at once. So definitely knock it out. That way you could see which one's your favorite. But the very first episode, the Ronin, is a banger for sure. So definitely check that out. I don't want a new movie every year as much as I'm obsessed with Star Wars. I don't want that clutter. No, for sure. Yeah, yeah, JT, no, for sure. I don't want that either. They could spread it out. I was just saying that 4 or 5 year period, it was kind of nice, like every Christmas looking forward to it. But do I want that going forward? Oh, hell no, because they'll mess it up. Unless unless it's John and Dave giving me a movie every Christmas, I trust them. I trust them. But if it's Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and those jabronis, no, no, no. Take your time and get it right, please. Hypercliff said, "I think Visions season 2 will be better." Yeah, probably. Now that they know what they could do and they saw what worked and what didn't work, I think it's going to be a banger. And that drops May 4th, I believe, all the episodes. So definitely we'll be watching all of those. I'll probably drop a video that day too, letting people know like what I thought and my reactions to some of those episodes. Langy says, "Love the Force Awakening, though." Yeah, I mean, I still remember that feeling in 2015 when it came out. All the hype, all the merch, all the Funkos that came out. Like it was a big deal back then. Like it was super dope. Visions A tier for originality. Yeah, it was very original for sure. Like very very original. They should make a Star Killer episode in Visions. Man, that would be so sick if they did that. I would take it. So we got Mariana Barbara in the chat. What's up? I'm a prequel and Clone Wars kids. Yes, yes. I love prequels. I love the Clone Wars. We haven't gotten to the Clone Wars yet for the tier list, but we'll be getting to it soon. So again, guys, click that link in the description for the tier maker, and you guys can make this with me. And if you guys do make it, post it on social media and tag me. Mando says Kylo was the best. Yeah, hands down. Eric said Ronin was dope for sure. So cool to know who you are through Star Wars Theory. Oh, awesome. Great. That's cool. That's how you found me. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the stream tonight. And yeah, I've been a fan of Theory for a few years now. So for sure, that's the guy right there. That's the OG. Cyrus B, Eric, agree. Kylo was amazing. Yep. I just watched the first one. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Kylo had big Anakin vibes in episode 9 and his redemption was perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. I just wish they wouldn't have killed him so we could have got more. I mean, they could always do something crazy and like bring him back or whatever, but it would have been nice if he would have just survived. JT, see, John, I disagree. He just kind of became Ben and was wasted those random Knights of Ren. Well, the Knights of Ren for sure was a huge waste. Like they look so dope. They look so badass. but they did nothing. What did they do in episode 9? They found Ray at that place. Like that's it. Those dudes were like such a waste, man. I thought they were gonna be something a lot more. All right. So John said he finished what Vader started and saved the girl he loved from certain death. I was born in '08. Damn, I wish I grew up when the prequels were coming up. Yeah, man, it was a vibe. I saw all of those. So I didn't see any of the OGs in the theaters, but I saw in '99 Phantom Menace in the theater, in '02 Attack of the Clones, and in '05 Revenge of the Sith. So I remember going to the theater for every single one of those. But Kylo isn't the prophecy. Anakin was redeemed, and his own story was complete. All right, guys. So next up, we got the Kenobi show. So I got a lot to say about this one. So uh I want to put it I want to put it I wish there was something right in between B and A, cuz it should have been S tier. Like before it came out, this should have been an alley oop. This should have been a walk-off home run. It's freaking Hewan and Hayden. But like there's a lot of things in there that they added, that they stretched out, that they didn't need. So I'm gonna I want to give it B. I'm giving it A though, because when I think of the Kenobi show, I kind of black out everything except for that final scene, that final fight. It was just so deep. And that dialogue that Hayden delivered to Hewan and how Hewan looked so broken in that fight, knowing that he finally lost him. Yeah. So it should be a B. I'm gonna put it in A, right? And with the Kenobi show, I just felt like they added other characters and it just not that I didn't like the other characters, which mainly is Riva, right? If they would have took Riva out and put her in Andor, I would have liked Andor a lot more because it would have been more interesting. Because I'm a sucker for lightsabers, not gonna lie. I mean, sue me, it's Star Wars, right? But like I wasn't interested in Riva's story in Kenobi because all I wanted was to see my boys, Hewan and Hayden. I just wanted them. So every time they were on the screen, I loved it. But then giving other people other time, it kind of was like, like you got to take advantage of this. It's not every day you got these two guys back. So that was my little beef with the Kenobi show. Like I feel like they should have used Riva for something else. Because if you think about it, Riva's story is yeah, her story is kind of dope. She was a youngling, she survived Order 66, and she turned Inquisitor. That in itself is very intriguing. But I didn't like that she got stabbed twice by Anakin and then Vader and survived. Like that just and she's alive and she knows who Luke is. That just grinds my gears. But other than that, that final scene was just a masterpiece to me. So let's see what the chat says. So John says A tier for Kenobi. No. Hypercliff said Kenobi is a D. Deborah Chow needs a gimbal. Yeah, she loves those shaky shots, eh? Oh man, yeah. But damn D, I wouldn't put it with Andor. Like you still had some flashbacks to Order 66, flashback to Hayden and Hewan training. I don't even like the last episode of Kenobi. What? Well, not the entire episode because there was a lot of stuff that you could cut out. I mean that final fight between Vader and Obi-Wan. That's what made me put it in A. Was just beautiful. Emotional roller coaster, but shaky camera, Riva claustrophobic volume scenes. That's a C. Yeah. Honestly, think episodes 1 to 6 in Clone Wars are canon. Yeah, I feel you on that for sure. Langy says Kenobi is A for me, but yeah, Riva is really annoying. Yeah, like again, I think she would have been better in another project because, like, you're doing a show called Kenobi. Focus on Kenobi. Like, come on, come on. Obi-Wan show bridged the gap between the prequels and originals perfectly. Yeah, it did fill that in pretty nice. Senatoris B for Kenobi. Okay. Kenobi is highest B or lowest A for me. Yeah, that's right where I was, like right in between. Hey, we got Patrick in the building. So he just hit 100 subs today. So congrats to Patrick on that. Definitely check him out, guys. Check out his channel. Let's get him some more. So when we had Kenobi and Vader, every scene was epic. Everything else was filler. Yeah. Yeah, every scene with either one with them together or just one of them, I felt like a little freaking kid again. I was just so happy. And then when they weren't on the screen, I was like, "Meh," like, come on, bring it back. Bring it back. I enjoyed the show, but I feel it could have been better. Yeah, for sure. It was so cool seeing Hewing and Hayden again. Yeah. To be honest, you were a lot nicer on the show than Theory and Josh have been. Ranks as beating me. Yeah. I know Theory kind of enjoyed it because he enjoyed all the same things that I enjoyed. Yo, my guy Josh, I love Josh at Den of Nerds, but he hates Kenobi like so much. So I mean, everyone has their own opinion, but Josh's opinion is super strong. But yeah, Theory kind of just enjoys the same stuff that I do in there because he's a prequel guy too. So Kenobi was filmed in a cave, so dark, hard to see. Yeah, yeah, a lot of that volume stuff. I think the Kenobi show kind of showed us that the volume has some weaknesses, and then the Andor show showed us that hey, this still might be the best going out into real life, real world, big budgets. And that's another thing that grinds my gears. That Andor's budget was wild, and Kenobi, like, come on, what happened? Also, you forgot the Ewok movies and 2003 Clone Wars. Yeah, I didn't have everything. So the Ewok movie, I've never saw it, and 2003 Clone Wars, I didn't watch all of it. I watched a little bit of it, so I couldn't really rank it with me not having it like under my belt. So everything here is stuff that I've watched over and over. So Theory and Josh are morons. Well, I mean, everyone has their opinion. I wouldn't consider them morons just because they have an opinion. Cause then that'd be like me calling you a moron for having an opinion. So so I definitely don't agree with that one. Thank you, Tony, and everyone. Of course, of course. What's up, Patrick? Kenobi with the baseball bat saber. Yeah. Kenobi show ruined my summer. Damn. I mean, that sucks for you. It didn't ruin mine, but hey, it is what it is. I'm with Josh. Watching Vader versus Obi-Wan made me feel like I was 9 years old. Yeah, it was the nostalgic for all the prequel lovers that grew up on that or grew up watching it. Yeah, for sure. Oh my god, you didn't see the O3 Clone Wars? I'm committing lightsaber. Yeah, and I hear it's really, really good. I gotta get into it. I'll probably watch that next. Maybe I'll even do like a review on it since like it'll be super new and fresh to me. 2003 Clone Wars is a fun watch. Go watch it all, Tony. Yeah, I'll have to check it out for sure. All right, so let's get into the next one. Solo. So Solo, I'll give it I'll give it a B. I didn't like love Solo. I didn't hate Solo. It was fine. I know it had a lot of it kind of was unfair because I know it came out after The Last Jedi, so everybody was kind of like angry and mad at Lucasfilm. So that didn't help. And then I think it changed directors like halfway through. So like that didn't help either. But the main things I wanted in Solo, I got. So I wanted to see how Solo met Chewie, how he met Lando, and how he got the Falcon. And all three of those were answered, which was great. Kira was awesome. I loved Kira. Like we need more of her. I mean, especially nowadays where they want to have a lot of strong like female leads, which is cool. You have one. Like use her. Use freaking Kira. And then seeing the boy Maul was just loved Maul. So, what do you guys think of Solo? We got O3 Clone Wars is some of the damn. I might watch some of that tonight. Then, man, I feel like I'm really lost. Then Anakin versus Asajj on Yavin is top three. Oh man. Okay. Okay. All right. So B series B for Solo. Solo A tier. Cool. Cool. Great actor who played Han, but this was not Han. Okay. Fair. Let's see. I give Solo A because I really wanted to see more. Yes, like I'm part of the team that wants Solo too. Like, give me Solo too, because that means we'll see Kira. She dipped to go meet Maul. Like, was she going to Dathomir? Is Maul in Dathomir? Like, where is he at? It would have been so cool. And I know they were supposed to do like that Lando show. They kind of announced it, but what happened? They announced that like what, like 4 years ago? So I figured that Solo show or that Lando show would be basically Solo Part 2, but we never got that. JT says, I like Solo more than The Force Awakens. Cool, cool. Mariana says, Solo was fun. Nice palate cleanser after The Last Jedi. Yeah, better than that for sure. Hope to see Alden again in Star Wars again. Kira was awesome, and the Maul cameo was dope. Yeah, for sure. For Solo, it got bad. Yep, because of The Last Jedi. I grew up when there wasn't any Star Wars to look forward to for like 30 years. Yes, the dark times. Ah, you're brave. So I'll take any Star Wars, but let's stop making it everyone connected. Yeah. Maul and Kira carry the movie. Yeah. Yeah, Kira for sure. And Maul had 5 seconds and like one of the highlights of the movie. All right. Next up, we got Empire Strikes Back. So I love Empire, but it's not S tier for me. And I know for most people it's S tier. For most people, it's their favorite movie. I enjoyed it a lot, but like I like A New Hope and Last Jedi more. Like me growing up, I watched those a lot more than I did Empire. Now I did watch Empire a bunch, so Empire is definitely A, but I mean Empire is Empire. It's just classic. But I know for a lot of people, Empire is their number one. So Solo, A tier, fun ride, but I would like the extended Battle of Mibin scene in the final cut. And then, what do you mean he wasn't in 90% of the movie? Oh no, yeah. Well, I mentioned that, but hey, like when I think of Solo, like that mall part is my favorite. That 5-10 seconds of hologram, and you see his robot legs and the saber, like, ooh, that just hit for me. Oh, hold on, I'm jumping around here. So John got S tier for Empire. Yep, yep, very respectable. Mostly Kira. Yeah, I mean, she was in from the beginning for sure. Yeah. S tier, Empire Strikes Back. Yep, S tier. See, I knew it. Like a lot of the OGs, like it's up there. And like, I mean, yeah, yeah, it is. Give us a story from the Imperial or Sith point of view. Maybe that what we'll get with the Acolyte. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in the Acolyte and to see where they go with that because we don't really know what to expect or many of the people in there. The only person that we might know at that time is Yoda. So Acolyte looking forward to that for sure. Oh, Brad, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the show tonight. Empire is greater than Return of the Jedi. Yeah, that's why I knew I knew a lot of people were gonna say things like that. And I mean, technically, yeah, but for me, I was just watching Return of the Jedi way too much as a kid. But yeah, Empire is just timeless. I like Empire Strikes Back just because it's super cozy. Oh yeah, the greatest for sure. What's up, man? What's up, Geeky? How you doing? Super cozy, like a tauntaun. And then Mando says A all day. Oops, I meant S tier. So yeah, like I said, most people would have Empire S tier. I got it in my A tier just so I don't have like everything OG in the S tier. So all right, next. This one might be a little controversial too, because I know not everyone was a huge fan of this, but yo, for me, Rebels is S tier. I don't like for me. I know a lot of people won't agree, but like the amount of stuff you got in Rebels is it's just underappreciated. I mean, the Ghost Crew is cool, Kanan Ezra, all that's cool, but like you get freaking Lando, you get Leia, you get R2 C3PO, you get a lot of Vader, you get Ahsoka, you get Rex, you get Maul, you get all the Inquisitors, you get the World Between Worlds. There's just so much crazy stuff in there and like, oh yeah. So for me, Rebels is S tier. So it's gonna be interesting to see what you guys say in the chat. Rebels is a big S tier. Nice. All right, cool, cool, cool. Rebels has a lot of heart. It really does. I mean, there is a lot of like slower filler missions, like kind of like Bad Batch. They go on a mission, they go to a planet, something happens, they figure it out, and then they get away. There is a lot of that, but the story with all the Jedi stuff, the Sith stuff, with Maul trying to freaking turn Ezra to the dark side, and like, oh, there's just a lot of masterful stuff in there. Love Rebels, yeah. Rebels is S tier, a lot of filler, but Malachor and all that stuff was straight fire. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So the Geeky says, thanks for helping me with my Star Wars celebration stuff earlier, just so I was sure I had done everything right and know what to do. So I'm good. And yeah, of course. So that's the whole reason I started my channel, was just to cover Star Wars celebration and to show people what it is, how it works. So yeah, you'll see plenty of that here, my friends. Mariana likes Rebels. The Ahsoka versus Vader was incredible to watch after Ahsoka's unknown fate. Very heartbreaking. Yes, that scene that they basically copied for Kenobi, which is fine. And when she hit his mask and you heard the Anakin voice, that was so deep. So deep. Rebels S tier. Yep. Brad, the last two seasons were great. Yeah, definitely S tier, but first two seasons were targeted at a younger audience. 100%, 100%. Because I think after the first two seasons, that's when we got Thrawn. And how do I forget Thrawn? How, guys, nobody mentioned Thrawn. Thrawn is probably one of the most badass villains in Star Wars, and it's not because he's a Sith, Jedi, lightsaber wielding. This dude is badass with his mind, and I'm so hyped to see Thrawn in live action. So that's another reason Rebels is S tier, because it brought us Thrawn. Langy, I love Rebels too, but I will put it in A because of all the fillers. Yeah, that's fair. I really like Saber animation in Rebels. Hoping to see you at Star Wars Celebration since I'm only going on Sunday. Yeah, I'll be there. So if you see me, say what's up. I think if I remember, you were the one that has the Hayden photo op on Sunday, right? We'll probably. I mean, maybe I'll see you there for a Disney XD, bro. Yeah, for a Disney. Yeah, for sure. All right. So we got 6 left. All right. So now the Clone Wars, without a doubt, S tier. So I know the first like maybe 2 seasons were slower. I think in season 3 is when it really starts to pick up and get juicy. But season 7 of this is some of the best Star Wars I've ever seen in my life. Like the Bad Batch arc and the Revenge of the Sith 2.0. Those last 4 episodes of season 7 Clone Wars, that 4-part Revenge of the Sith story, is better than any Disney movie we ever got. I'll take that all day over anything else. So Clone Wars, epic. Seeing more of the dynamic with Anakin and Obi-Wan. We're introduced to Ahsoka, and everyone's in it. Yoda, Mace, like everyone's in it. Everybody, like everyone's there. What more do you want? Give me, like, why stop at 7? Give me freaking Clone Wars season 8. Like, who cares? We'll take it. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. Rebels S tier, hands down. Yep. Yep, I mean, hating on Sunday. Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see what times we get. Maybe we'll have a similar time, but that is just that's gonna be a great day for both of us. The Clone Wars defined my childhood. Yeah. I got into Clone Wars late, so I didn't get to enjoy it back then, but, like, when I got through it, before season 7 came out, man, I was amazed with some of the stories, like the Mortis arc, I think it's called, and there's just so much good stuff in there. It's crazy. S tier all day. I love watching it with my dad. Yeah, that's cool. Having an experience like that makes it even more meaningful because it'll always remind you of when you watch it with your dad. Clone Wars S tier, no debate. Yeah, for sure. The Clone Wars made me fall in love with Star Wars again. Yeah, what the Clone Wars did for me, it honestly it made me almost kind of put the prequel trilogy above the OG because I was always OG trilogy was my favorite, but the Clone Wars like kind of giving so much depth and backstory to it. Now when I watch the prequels, a lot of these stories from the animated I see in the back of my mind that they've been through and that they did. Oh, you got to be kidding, Hypercliff. Martez sisters are the best thing about Clone Wars. I mean, if you love them, that's cool. But man, I don't even want to watch those 4 episodes again, man. Those middle 4 episodes that month, because it was every week an episode drop, right? That was a rough month for me because I did not enjoy those girls. Okay, I'm guessing you were joking. Ha ha ha. All right, Langy, the ending of Clone Wars is peak fiction. Yeah, man. Like Vader finding the saber and then her crashing and all the clone helmets. Oh, it was gorgeous. I watched the Clone Wars every week from third. See, that's dope. So, like, you grew up on it. It's like in your blood, like your childhood. The Mortis arc was the best. Yeah. When it was coming out. Yep, yep. Yeah. So, Clone Wars, S tier for sure. Now, next is Book of Boba Fett. So this was another one similar to Kenobi that I thought should have been a home run. It's freaking Boba Fett. It's Tamora. It's the boy Tamora. He's my best friend. Boba freaking Fett. So I'll have to put this. See, this is another one for me. It's kind of teetering between B and A, but like the parts that's leaning towards A are Mando episodes. Like, come on, Mando, Luke, and Ahsoka. So I'm gonna put it in B. Now, I love seeing Boba, some of Boba's backstory, how he got out of the Sarlacc pit, which it was cool seeing that. It was cool seeing him training with the Tuskens. That train robbery was pretty dope too. But then, like, I just thought it was weird how the Mando episode, literally, Boba wasn't in it at all. Like, it's the Boba Fett show. There's no Mando. Now, that Mando episode might be one of the best live action Star Wars episodes I've ever seen in my life because it was just amazing. But like, why isn't that in? Why was that in Boba? Like, give me some more Boba juice. And then the episode after that, where Mando goes to where Luke and Ahsoka was, which was wild. They didn't need to do that, but like seeing Luke, my man had Yoda's saber, and then seeing what blew my mind, and not enough people talk about this. Seeing Luke and Ahsoka together, and they knew each other. Like, that means they've met before. So in the Ahsoka show, are we gonna see flashbacks to when she first met Luke, like the son of her master? Like, are we gonna see that first conversation? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But the that stuff was crazy. And when Ahsoka said, "You're just like your father," for everyone that watched all the Clone Wars and knows what that means, how deep that hit, like that hit. When she said that, I was like, whoa, like that was great. And then the finale, I mean, some of it was cool. I love when Boba and Mando team up, like they're badass together. And the Rancor was kind of crazy. Oh yeah, and then we got Cad Bane in this too. So seeing Cad Bane live action was pretty dope too. But I feel like this should have been S tier. It should have been a home run like Kenobi. And I feel like they fumbled it a little bit. All right, so let's see. Oh, I gotta catch up with the chat. You guys are on fire right now. I don't like the Martez sisters. I was joking. No, I think you do. You're the Martez sisters' favorite. Don't lie. It's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Asajj Ventress. Yes. Oh, yeah, from Clone Wars. Yeah. So that's another positive thing of Clone Wars. Ton of Asajj. She why did she never come to live action? Like, damn. So Asajj was fire. Last 3 episodes of Clone Wars were the best. The story, the music, yeah, man. It was just Revenge of the Sith from a different angle, which blew my mind. Book of Boba 8 tier. Yeah, I was almost putting it there. Almost putting it there. I feel like it was shortchanged. I think the show was rushed. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense because like they didn't even have a full most seasons or 8 episodes, 10 episodes. this was 7, but technically 5 because 2 episodes are Mando. So Boba only got 5 episodes. So I mean, I'm sure we'll get more Boba in Mando season 3, and hopefully he's like Boba. Rewatched it. It actually does not deserve the hate. Yeah, I kind of want to rewatch it too, because now that we know what happens, there's no like expectations of things, so you kind of really just enjoy it. Like I was the same way with the Bad Batch. Oh damn, and the Bad Batch isn't even here. Crap. I thought I had it. All right. I was the same way when I watched Bad Batch the first season, because like I wanted to see Maul and I wanted to see Ahsoka show up. So every episode they didn't, I was kind of let down. But when I rewatched the first season of Bad Batch, it was more enjoyable just because I didn't have any expectation of like cameos and stuff. Book of Boba Fett would have hotter a C if not for Mando and Luke episodes. Yeah, yeah. Book of Boba Fett was interesting. Cool seeing Tamora and Ming Na Wen is badass. Yeah. Plus Luke, Ahsoka, and Mando. Yep. Cad Bane. Yep. I wish we saw more of his childhood, though, in the flashbacks. Yeah, we did get a little Daniel Logan as young Boba and Camino. I'm literally only 17 and need to get a small job and start earning so I have spending money and hopefully have enough to meet more and maybe get Hayden's autograph. Yeah. Well, bad news. Hayden's autograph for Lennon sold out. Now it might restock because it's been restocking a lot, but as of today, they all sold out, which I was kind of shocked because I was kind of thinking about it too. Not right now. Boba Fett is the most dangerous bounty hunter in the galaxy. What the hell was he doing? 2 Mando episodes were great, but do that in Mando. Sadly, it's a C. Yeah, I mean, yeah. There were some times where it's like, yeah, he is the most dangerous bounty hunter in the galaxy. My man's in a towel falling down the stairs fighting Black Chrysanthemum. Like, really? You're gonna come out like that? Like you just got out of the shower? That was a little weird. And then when that one robotic girl talked slick to him and he kind of didn't do nothing, like he should have dropped her. Like, come on. Boba riding a Rancor. Yeah, that was just crazy. Like, my man got a Rancor. And yeah, the communal flashbacks were epic. Hashtag Luke Soka. Yeah, man. I think Josh was onto something, man. Luke Soka, it's a thing. Boba killing Cat Bane. I don't think he's dead. Now, if he is, that'd be the dumbest thing. Why would you bring one of the most badass bounty hunters to live action just to kill him in an episode and a half? And like when he after he got shot, that little like light thing came on. I think we're gonna see him. We'll probably see him in Mando season 3, and like to see him cross paths with Mando, like oh, that would be a dope showdown. So hopefully we get that. Book of Boba Fett would have been better if they had less flashbacks, but really like the show. B for sure. Yeah, I like some of the flashbacks. I think it was inconsistent because like there would be one episode where like it'd be 40 minutes of flashback and 10 minutes of current, and then there'd be episodes that would be 40 minutes of current and like 10 minutes of flashback. I just wanted a better balance. Boba Fett versus Cad Bane should be much longer. Yeah, well, I think now technically they're both old as hell. They're both old men. But yeah, it should have been because like those are the two. Like, come on. Book of Boba Fett is B for me too. Yeah. Next time we see Boba, he better be like what he. Yeah, the Boba that I imagine is how he was in Mando season 2. The minute this man got his armor, he just started kicking the shit out of all those stormtroopers, shooting rockets out of his knees. Like he was just that was Boba. That was peak Boba right there. Robot people was the worst. Yeah, yeah, that Vespa gang. I don't know how they let that happen. Oh yeah, damn, that sucks. But it's cool that they added the photo op for Hayden and Hewan. Yeah, so that dual photo op should drop, I believe, Monday at noon. It's not like officially confirmed then. They just said it's gonna drop next week. So if you're thinking about that, Monday at noon, I'm pretty sure that's gonna sell out within minutes. Like it's gonna be bad, really bad. The big battle was literally just giant crab droids. Brooke, what's up, Brooke? I hope Book of Boba Fett season 2 will be much better. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a season 2, and we probably would get like Cad Bane maybe, or maybe some other stuff. So yeah, I would take a second season. All right. So next up, Phantom Menace. I put A tier. Yeah, this is A tier. So I loved the Phantom Menace. It was so dope in '99 seeing this and seeing young Obi-Wan meeting Qui-Gon, seeing how R2 came about, 3PO, freaking Maul, Padme. So I love the Phantom Menace. I love it. Where do you guys rank Phantom Menace? So no, 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 it's not out and sold out. What they dropped today was a dual autograph of Hayden and Hewen. That's sold out. So the photo op is next week. So you still have a chance if that's what you're interested in. But yeah, the autograph, it was limited to only 75 because you got like a special photo. But I mean, you could always just buy their autograph separate. I mean, you can't for Hayden now, but Hewen still didn't sell out yet. So Boba was acting like a mayor. Yeah. And I think he hated it. Like, he's not a mayor. Like, come on, man. Phantom Menace beats here. Okay. Maybe A. Yeah, it's definitely unique, but just Maul is my favorite character, and this is the first time I saw him. So I'm a little biased for sure. I almost put it in S tier, but it's A for sure. I put Phantom Menace in A, just a little boring sometimes. Yeah, there's some slow parts for sure, but when it gets to that action sequence, man, Duel of the Fates, like that song. Oh, Mando says, I love watching young Anakin when I was young too. The pod racing Duel of the Fates, bro. S. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of nostalgia for sure. Brooks said, I give it A tier. Maul is definitely the best part about the Phantom Menace. Yep. And they shouldn't have killed him like so soon. Like, come on. I remember seeing Phantom Menace in 3D re-release. Amazing experience. I had no clue the prequels was maligned until I saw Clone Wars. Yeah. Brooks says, I wish they expanded upon Maul's character more in Phantom Menace. Yeah, like dude had what, like 3 lines, and he just looked mean and menacing the rest. I wish they would have put some more for sure. Oh yeah, hands down. I'll take Phantom Menace over Attack of the Clones all day. Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Hewan sold out for Sunday for both autograph and photo. Sadly, oh yeah, you're just going Sunday, but would love to get Hayden's autograph and meet Hewan. I hope they add more tickets. They probably will. They've been doing it a lot. Honestly, you have to be like how I am, a stalker, and check it every day. Sometimes a couple times a day, because I don't know when they update it, but it's always random. So yeah, it's sold out. I'll bet my money though on Monday more will pop up because when the dual photo op drops for Hayden and Hewan, I bet you some people will take their single days and put it towards the duel. So that'll free up some single day stuff. So keep an eye on Monday. You might get lucky. Mano said, I love how Maul was mysterious like Boba in the original trilogy. Yeah, that's a good point. That I think that's why a lot of people like Maul too, is the mystery and intrigue. Like, who the hell is this red dude? All right, what do we got next? Oh God. All right. So Last Jedi is probably it is not my it's D Last Jedi. So the thing with the Last Jedi that bothered me the most, and like I think Carrie Fisher died right before this, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I don't know if that had a huge effect and tweaked things, or I think things were wrapped up. To be honest, I think that mainly affected Rise. But the thing in The Last Jedi that grinds my gears, you cut Snoke in half. This dude was like so cool, so badass. Like this was potentially the new Palps, and you didn't like go with it. You just cut dude in half, left him on the floor, cut in half, dead. So I feel like that was a huge waste. And then like what they did to Luke, like, come on. Even Mark Hamill, who is Luke Skywalker, said he didn't agree with it and he felt that Luke wouldn't do that. You think you would take a little a little feedback from Mark Hamill, of all people in the world. So it was not my favorite. If you like it, cool, because I know some people enjoyed it. Like cinematically, there's some beautiful shots in there. The music's this and that. My favorite part, probably only favorite part, is seeing my boy Yoda and like how they used a real like a puppet for him. It was practical. It wasn't CGI. So that was cool seeing that and just hearing him like page turners. They were not like that little bit was cool just seeing Yoda. Other than that, I'm okay if I never watch it again. So it's at the bottom. If I should have added like an F tier or like an F minus and put it there, but it's right there at the bottom. So let's see what you guys think of that. Where are we at? All right. So each villain in each prequel movie foreshadows Vader. Maul represents his rage. Dooku is a fallen Jedi, and Grievous is a cyborg. Oh yeah, that's a really dope point. You're 100% right. Yeah, that's really cool. I never looked at it like that. That is super dope. Sam, I disagree with the Bad Batch being a C. It should be at least a C or B. Bad Batch being a C. I don't have Bad Batch on here. If I forgot Bad Batch, the show, but for me, Bad Batch would probably be it would be in solid B. If it didn't have so many fillers, I would probably put it in A. But no, Bad Batch for me would be a B. Yeah, the only show I have in C right now is The Rise of Skywalker. We need a Son of Dathomir comic animated or turned into a movie. That would be a hit. Anything Maul would be a hit. I'm not thinking or talking about this. D for Last Jedi. Do you think Mark Hamill will be announced? I say a little prayer every day that man will be there at London Celebration. I think he is. I think they're saving it for last because, like, if he's not, they better have a crazy person that's really, really hyped to be last because you figured they would have saved Hayden or Hewan for last, and we got them weeks ago. So I think we're gonna get Mark Hamill for London Celebration. And if you want that photo or autograph, you have to be quick and don't even think about the price. It's gonna be expensive, but it's Mark Hamill. Last Jedi beats here. Okay. So yeah, I mean some people like it. That's cool. But those people are not me. The Luke, Kylo, and Ray stuff is all perfect, but the Rose stuff was Now, I mean that's cool. That's your opinion. I don't know if Luke was perfect. For me, my opinion of Luke is what we got in Mando season 2. That's what I wanted. Badass Luke just chopping people up. But yeah, that's just me. I hated what the last Jedi did to Luke, and Ryan Johnson is a jerk. I hated how he treated people who didn't like the film on Twitter. Yeah, he was a little savage. So, I mean, yeah. Now, to be fair, Ryan Johnson's other stuff is pretty dope. Like if it's not Star Wars, the man makes decent stuff, but like just keep him away. Or if you give him Star Wars, give him something that isn't like the characters we grew up on and that we have such big attachment to. Mark Hamill doesn't know Luke though. He didn't create the character, he played the character. Yeah, but he played the character. He learned it from George, and George knows Luke. So I think it's fair to say Mark Hamill knows Luke from George. So I mean, yeah, he didn't create it, but like, bro, it's Mark Hamill. He's Luke. They won't retcon the sequels because those were Carrie's last movies. Yeah, I know some people say that. I mean, that'll never happen. Like Disney is a company, their business. Like it wouldn't make sense for them to do it. Now, say if like a bunch of like super fans, billionaires bought it out, oh, they would do that potentially in a heartbeat. Because the sequel trilogy that George wanted was Maul, Darth Talon, Luke, Luke's Jedi Order, but they didn't want to take his advice. I thought that it wasn't a good idea to keep Leia alive after Carrie passed away. Yeah, that's definitely like a tough one because I think they started filming, so they had some stuff, but then like it's the conclusion of the story. Like that's just a tough situation all around. Super tough, man. Like super tough. I love Leia's role in the sequels because she was the other Skywalker Yoda spoke of in the originals, and she ends up training Rey. Yeah, I think if she wouldn't have passed, it would have been a lot different because I thought that there were some scenes where supposedly Leia was gonna face Snoke or something. Like there was something that sounded really, really dope, and obviously they didn't get to do it because of her passing. So Bad Batch is B for me. There are some good episodes, and some episodes that maybe aren't bad, but are just aren't super thrilling. No, yeah, for sure, for sure. Yoda scene was amazing, but the worst thing was Luke throwing away Anakin's lightsaber. Yeah, like, yeah. In hindsight, that wasn't probably a good idea. The Last Jedi has D written all over it. To be honest, the mirror hallucination scene was pretty trippy and cool. Yeah, and visually beautiful. But yeah, it's a D. Yep. Would like to see a show on the origins of Maul, live action or animated. Please and thank you. Bad Batch is good, but way too many fillers. So be yeah, like it doesn't need to be 16 episodes long. Like, come on. I think the sequels are misunderstood. Yeah, it definitely wasn't fair for the sequels. It didn't help having different directors over 3 different movies. And like if you did, they should have had like a concrete plan from the beginning, which they didn't. That way, at least if there was a guide, it would have been a little bit more consistency. So yeah. JT, Mark Hamill for us to see at Celebration, 100%. But my bud and I thought cough Liam Neeson. Yo, I didn't even think about. Oh man, so damn. Yo, you know what? Because isn't he from over there somewhere in Europe? Like, where's Liam Neeson from? If someone in the chat knows where he's from, um, comment. Oh, and you did comment it. Thank you. Scotland. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting because I'm sure he just was in Kenobi for 2 seconds, but it was beautiful. And man, if he comes to Celebration, oh, I'm getting a picture with him so quick. It's freaking Qui-Gon. That didn't even cross my mind. But with him, I've never seen him do any conventions or autographs. But like you said, since he's in Scotland, maybe we'll get him right there. Brooks said, "Have you read the Dark Empire series, Luke, in the comic series? It's pretty badass." No, I haven't. I've heard though that it's good. I think the Mandalorian air shows are going to show why Luke is the way he is in the sequels. Possibly, yeah. I mean, the shows eventually are going to lead up to the sequels, so yeah, Mando definitely heading that way. I like how Clone Wars fixed Anakin's character. Yeah, give him a lot more depth and backstory. Brad, let's just forget the sequels ever happened. Yeah. He played Luke, dude. He literally was with George for the whole I agree with that. Like, I mean, yeah. He learned from George, the maker. Oh, thanks, Nikki, the mod, joining the stream an hour and 20 minutes later. Visions over episode 9. Damn. Come on, man. What are you doing over there? Jabroni. I loved episode 9. Cool, cool. I wish for Bad Batch they can just release them all at once, but I understand why they're releasing it the way they do. Yeah, I think if they did that, it would hit a lot harder. Cause like when you get an episode like last week's, which was kind of like okay, like you can make up for it and watch the next episode, and maybe the next one's a banger. So it just sucks when you get a filler episode that you don't enjoy, and you have to wait a whole week. And then if the next one's another filler, then you got to wait 2 weeks, like 2 weeks, and you're just in those 2 weeks, like yeah, it grinds my gears. I feel like Disney does not know how to make money like a movie and not a bunch of mid shows. Yeah, I feel like they could make so much more if they knew what we wanted, which I feel like they don't sometimes. So it is what it is. Quick question again about my Hayden ticket. Once the times get announced, what exactly do I print, and do I just print it normally at home? Yeah. So just that the email that you got, just click that link and it'll show you on the screen. Like if you look at it, your email now, you could print it now and it just won't have a time. So you could kind of play with it now and see, but it'll be in that epic photo ops email. It'll be in there, click to access details or whatever. So you could print it now just to see what it'll look like. And you'll just have to print it again closer to the show. Liam's just said he thinks all spinoffs are ruining the mystical part of Star Wars. All right, so we got 2 more left. And I forgot the Bad Batch, so we'll pretend like the Bad Batch is here in the B series, the B T. But Tales of the Jedi, S tier. Tales of the Jedi was a freaking masterpiece, and I'm so mad at myself. At Anaheim Celebration, Filoni had a Tales of the Jedi panel, and I kind of skipped it. Like it was a walk-in panel, anybody could have went, but like I was like, I don't feel like sitting right now. I kind of wanted to record and enjoy the showroom floor. Come to find out, in that panel in Anaheim, they watched the first episode of Tales, so I could have got to see the first episode and kind of know what it was. So definitely won't make that mistake again. If Dave has any panels in London, every panel Dave's at, I'll be there front row. Like, hey Dave, it's your boy, Star Wars Sith. But Tales was a masterpiece. Dooku's arc, those 3 episodes, beautiful. It answered the question of who erased Camino from the archives. It answered the question of where the hell did Yaddle go between episode 1 and episode 2, and the stuff with Ahsoka and that the sixth brother Inquisitor was badass. Ahsoka is just yeah. So Tales S tier. I pray at Celebration they announce either Tales of the Jedi season 2 or Tales of the Sith, because they could do a lot. So let me know what you guys think about Tales. They should release 2 episodes of Bad Batch a week, so it does not overlap with Mando, or if there's a filler episode. No, exactly. Like the first day, it was 2 episodes. Maybe what, like 2 weeks ago, it was 2 episodes, and the 2 episodes they dropped were bangers. That 2 episode drop, so they should. Yeah, it's kind of weird that it's overlapping with Mando. Like, you're really gonna have the season finale of Bad Batch drop the same day as Mando. We're all gonna be watching Mando, like the new episode of Mando that day. So Tales of the Jedi, S tier, yes. Tales was a love letter to George and the Clone Wars, S tier. It was. Even the little Easter egg of young Kanan Jarrus in the background with his master. Oh, and then the freaking seeing how hard Anakin pushed Ahsoka to train, and that kind of shows how she survived Order 66, because she was pushed by Anakin hard, which is crazy. Tales of the Jedi is my third all-time Star Wars project. Yeah, yeah. Tales of the Jedi is up there. And like I remember it dropped the same day an Andor episode dropped. I watched Tales and I was so satisfied and happy. I didn't watch Andor for 2-3 weeks because I was like, I don't want my vibe to come down. Like my vibe was so up there. And I haven't felt that good in a while, Star Wars wise. Like for me, it hit hard. So yeah, S tier for sure. Tales of the Jedi, especially Dooku's development. Not gonna lie, Count Dooku looks kind of like Giga Chad. Yeah, his development and seeing like how he turned was awesome. I think they will announce Obi-Wan season 2, possibly at. I mean, if they are thinking of that, and you have Hayden and Hugh in London the same 2 days, it would make sense. So if there's any kind of panel on Saturday or Sunday where they're gonna for future announcements, like a big one, and they're there, 100%. Tales of the Jedi is so good. Hell yeah. They can even do a Tales of the Bounty Hunter, but that no, yeah, I'll take Tales of anything. Because imagine if we got to see like Django growing up or even Cad Bane. Like, what? Oh, Tales of the Jedi, S tier, 100%. See, that's another reason I like Tales, because pretty much everyone's on the same page and everyone enjoyed it. That's what I just want. More projects like that where it's like everyone is like, yeah, let's go, like hyped. What would you want to happen if they made Tales of the Sith? Oh, all right. So I've thought about this many a times. I would definitely want young Palps. Seeing him possibly with Plagueis would be crazy. I definitely would want young Maul. Seeing Palps take Maul and train Maul, and then I mean just throwing another Sith. Anybody, I'll take anything. So for sure, something with Palps and Maul. Love Tales of the Jedi, incredible. I stayed up all night watching Hayden win the Saturn Award and then binge watched all the episodes when it dropped. Nice. So when Obi-Wan came out, it said limited series, but then I think halfway through they took that limited series title away to like leave it for the possibility of that. And they kind of just did the same thing with the Ahsoka. Ahsoka said limited series, but on a recent Disney posting, it now just says season 1. So I think like initially they say that, but I mean they could always change it. Bad Batch B tier, but borderline A overall. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you take out those fillers, it's A tier. Oh, Diary of Dengar and Journal of Django. That'd be cool. Those are cool names. Question about panels and celebration. Are they all just walk-in at a specific time, or do you have to book some? So all the panels are walk-ins, and they'll have a specific time. But the one main big panel each day, you have to enter a lotto for it and win a spot to get in there. If you don't win that lotto, there's an overflow line that if it doesn't fill, then they let people in. So those big panels are the ones where they announce movies, they announce shows. Like the Ahsoka panel, we'll get the trailer, the whole cast will come out. So for the big ones, you got to enter the lottery. Those details aren't out yet, but once they drop, I'll be definitely dropping a video. So stay tuned. The biography of Bosk. The Bible of Bosk. Yeah, it'd be cool to get some Boss stuff. We got some of him in Clone Wars and stuff like that, but yeah, let's get some more Bosk. All right. So it's very ironic how the last one is Revenge of the Sith. I mean, I didn't do that on purpose. Save the best for last, they always say, but this is my favorite Star Wars anything is Revenge of the Sith, and it's S tier. It's gonna go right here in the front too. S tier. Now these are in no particular order. I'm just putting it there because like that's mine. So Revenge of the Sith to me was just beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. Like back in 2005, going in there, knowing how the movie's gonna end, because nowadays, like you typically don't know how a movie's gonna end. I mean, you have an idea, rumors, leaks, but like Revenge of the Sith, it has to end with him becoming Vader. It has to. And seeing how they got to that and just him turning, and I mean, there's not much more things to be said. Revenge of the Sith, S tier. That's it. Done. End of stream. No. Well, no, it's not the end. Almost, but so S tier, yes. Best Star Wars movie, in my opinion. S tier, yep. Double S tier, yep. So yeah, I mean, it's freaking Revenge of the Sith. I would say Clone Wars over Revenge of the Sith, but it's my favorite movie. I could see that because I mean, in a way, Clone Wars. I mean, that's 7 series worth of content, and the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars are Revenge of the Sith 2.0. So you're not wrong there. So yeah, I could see that for sure. So, what do you guys think of my tier list? Do you guys agree with a lot of this stuff? Do you guys disagree with this? Is your list a lot different than mine? Now, again, if you guys made one of these on your end, screenshot that bad boy, post it, and tag me in it. So I want to see other people's and repost it. And I'll probably put a screenshot of this on my Instagram and put it on there with the link. That way, if people want to come, try to do the same thing, they can. So feel free to use that link. I might do more of these. So if you guys have any ideas of what to do this for, like if you want me to do ranking all Jedi, ranking all Sith, ranking all bounty hunters, maybe ranking like planets or ships, like comment what you guys want to see more of. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got some more comments coming in before we wrap up. Revenge of the Sith is S tier. Yep. Movie of my childhood. Yes, it is. Agree with most of it. Cool. So jealous that people that saw prequels in theaters. Yeah, but then I'm jealous of people that saw the OG in theaters because I didn't get to. Revenge of the Sith is the best prequel film. Revenge of the Sith, my favorite Star Wars film. That or Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, for sure. Sire Speed, agree. Brad says, great list and show. General Kenobi, hello there. What's up, guys? So if you guys haven't seen General Kenobi's channel, definitely follow him, check him out, subscribe to his channel. He actually will be on Sith Talk, I believe, next week. So you guys will catch him on the podcast. So welcome to the end of the show. You're gonna have to definitely watch the replay. And then General Kenobi, the link is in the bio for this tier maker. Definitely make your list, post it on social media, and tag me. I want to see your ranking of all the Star Wars movies and shows. Hypercliff, same. Yep. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith S tier. It really is, man. It is. So all you guys that are here in the stream now, be sure to hit that like button, please. Helps the channel. Oh, dope. Thanks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So I think that will pretty much be it. We'll go through a couple more comments and then we're going to end this stream. But be sure to, if you guys made that tier list, tag me in it. I want to see everyone's list. So Geeky says, I heard you get a few free stuff in Celebration. Do you have any idea what it is? You get a ton of free stuff, like tons of free stuff. So people make swag that they trade and give out. So you could get free stuff from random people that go. All like the big name vendors and booths. A lot of times they'll have free stuff that they pass out, whether it's bags, wristbands, stickers, pins, patches. So yeah, you're gonna see there's just free stuff everywhere all the time. So definitely you'll have that to look forward to. All right, Eric, thank you for joining. Good night. Speaking of Ryan Johnson, I'm about to watch Knives Out with my mom. Yeah, Knives Out is dope, and the Glass Onion is cool too. So yeah, he did get with that. He didn't ruin those, so enjoy. But all right, guys, thank you to everyone that joined. And again, link is in the description for this tier maker. Go ahead and make your tier. Tag me on it, and then I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you, guys.